Good morning all. So today we will study about cerebellum. Here in this diagram you can see the cerebellum here. This is the cerebral cortex and this one is the smallest part which is situated. This one is the cerebellum. Okay. Now this cerebellum here it has got a right and left hemisphere. Yes, it has got a right hemisphere and left hemisphere. And centrally there is central body situated here in the cerebellum. This central body, it is a worm-like body. It is called as vermis. Okay. So we now when we are studying, we will take the transverse section of this cerebellum and we will study. So cerebellum has got parts of cerebellum. Here the cerebellum has got mainly a central body called as vermis and it has got right and left cerebellar hemispheres. Okay. Now this vermis, it is again formed by 9 parts here. This vermis which is centrally situated, it has got 9 parts. These parts are divided like superior vermis and inferior vermis. Among those 9 parts, those parts of vermis which are situated on the upper surface of the cerebellum, they are called as superior vermis, and those parts of the cerebellum which are those parts of the vermis which are situated on the lower surface of cerebellum, they are called as inferior vermis. So here you can see this one is the cerebellum. Here centrally there is a body here. Okay, centrally there is a body. This is called as central body is vermis, and those parts which are situated near the upper surface, they will be called as superior vermis, and those parts which are situated in the lower surface of cerebellum, these parts will be called as inferior vermis. Okay. Then next one is about the parts of superior vermis. Superior vermis has got mainly 9 parts. Here you can see lingula, central lobe, Kuhlmann, lobulus simplex, and dactyli. These are the parts of superior vermis. Then parts of inferior vermis. Inferior vermis has got tuber, pyramid, uvula, and nodulus. Here you can see these are the parts here. Lingula, central lobe, Kuhlmann, lobulus simplex, dactyli. These are the parts of superior vermis, and these are the parts of inferior vermis. This nodulus and flocculi, these two parts together are called as flocculonodular lobe. This one is nodulus. Okay. The central one is nodulus and this one is flocculus. This nodulus and flocculus together, they are known as flocculonodular lobe. Okay. Then on either side of pyramid also there is an extension which is called as paraflocculus. Here this one is pyramid, and on either sides of pyramid there is an extension. This is called as paraflocculus. This extension is called as paraflocculus. The next one is about the fissures. There are 3 fissures are there on the vermis. One is called as primary fissure, prepyramidal fissure, and posterolateral fissure. This one is a primary fissure. You can see this one is a primary fissure. Fissure means there is a gap here. Then prepyramidal fissure. This one is prepyramidal fissure. And posterolateral. This one is posterolateral fissure. So these are the 3 fissures are there. Okay. So this is about the 3 fissures of vermis. Okay. Vermis has got mainly 9 parts. Lingula, central lobe, Kuhlmann, lobulus simplex, dactyli, tuber, pyramid, uvula, nodulus. So lingula, central lobe, Kuhlmann, lobulus simplex, and dactyli. These are the parts of superior vermis. Tuber, pyramid, uvula, nodulus. These are the parts of inferior vermis. The next one is about the divisions of cerebellum. Okay. So the cerebellum, here it is again divided in three different ways. It is called as anatomical division, then phylogenetical division, and functional division. So first we will see anatomical division here. Anatomically, cerebellum is mainly divided into three lobes: anterior lobe, posterior lobe, and flocculonodular lobe. This anterior lobe, here it mainly includes lingula, central lobe, and culmen. That we have seen in the vermis. Then the posterior lobe, here this posterior lobe, it includes lobulus simplex, declive, tuber, pyramid, uvula, paraflocculi, and the ensiform lobe and paramedian lobe. Here you can see these are the, this is paraflocculus, this flocculus paramedianus, this is paramedial lobe, and this one is ensiform lobe. This one is ensiform lobe. Locus, lobulus, ensiform. This one is ensiform lobe. This is paramedial lobe. So the posterior lobe, it includes ensiform lobe and paramedial lobe. It also includes lobulus simplex, declive, tuber, pyramid, uvula, paraflocculus, and these lobes. Then the third one is the flocculonodular lobe. Flocculonodular lobe, it includes nodulus and flocculus. So anatomically, these are three lobes are there: anterior lobe, posterior lobe, and flocculonodular lobe. The next one is phylogenetical division. Phylogenetical division means it is depending upon the development, how the cerebellum has developed. So according to this, there are two types of divisions are there. One is paleocerebellum and neocerebellum. Paleocerebellum means this is a division of cerebellum which has developed early, or it is the oldest part of cerebellum. And neocerebellum means it is the part of cerebellum which is new, which is newly developed. That is called as neocerebellum. So these are the two phylogenetic divisions of cerebellum. The next one is about the functional division. Functionally, cerebellum is divided into three lobes: vestibulospinal, spinocerebellar, and corticocerebellum. So these are the three functional divisions of cerebellum. The vestibulocerebellum, it includes mainly flocculonodular lobe. It only includes flocculonodular lobe. Then the spinocerebellum includes lingula, it includes central lobe, culmen, lobulus simplex, declive, tuber, pyramid, uvula, and also it includes paraflocculi and the medial portions of lobulus ensiformis and lobulus paramedianus. Then the third functional division is the corticocerebellum. This corticocerebellum, here it includes only the lateral portions of lobulus ensiformis and lobulus paramedianus. So this is about the functional divisions of cerebellum. In functional divisions of cerebellum, there are three types of divisions are there. That is vestibulospinal, spinocerebellar, and corticocerebellum. So these are the functional divisions. So cerebellum is mainly divided in three different phases. One is anatomical division, phylogenetic division, and functional division. So this is about the structure.